Most not-for-profits that we work with have to have an audit, so they're either of a size that they're required by their regulator to be audited, but even a lot of the smaller ones have to have a requirement to have an audit based on their funding obligations. So most of our clients are audited. So the audit looks at the 12 months of the financial year, but I think there's no need to wait until your financial year is closed to start preparing. And in fact, sometimes May and June can be a little bit quieter if you've got your budget out of the way. And it's a great time to start to prepare and make sure you've got everything in place. Most auditors will send an audit requirements checklist. So have a look at that, read through it and understand what it is that they want from you. It should be fairly consistent year on year. You might find it a bit challenging if you've got a new auditor in a particular year because they'll have a different way of going about things and they'll probably want to dig a bit deeper as they get to know your organisation as well. So with your audit requirements checklist, you can start providing that information as soon as possible. In June, for example, you've already got 11 months worth of financial data and your records and your bank statements and all of that information. Perhaps create a shared online place to share the documents rather than having to print out folders of information for them. They'll appreciate that, I assure you. And then once you've closed off June, in July, you've just got 1 month's worth of things to capture. So you might just capture whatever fixed assets you've purchased in June and that then needs to go into the file, or the final bank statements for that last month. There's no need to have to start from scratch. One of the key things that auditors will want to see is contracts, especially for funding. So have those ready. They should be available to you. So many things now are shared online, so you're not having to wait for things to come in paper. Your auditors won't be expecting that either. So a good online sharing solution with the auditor will be really appreciated by them and by you as well when you don't have to slave over the photocopier. One of the benefits about online accounting software is you can attach the supporting document for transactions in the software. So it's a great source of information all of the time as managers are trying to understand where they've spent their funds. They can drill into that information and see it themselves. Same with the auditors. Gone are the days where the auditors would come out and sit in your boardroom for a couple of weeks going through the paper files. You can give them access into your accounting software and they can jump in and have a look themselves. So we find now that auditors aren't doing much of an on-site sampling exercise. They'll help themselves to your accounting records. And so that's where it's important to upload the supporting documents because they can then see the evidence for the transactions that you've posted without having to come to you to say, can you dig out that invoice from last September?